Lakeland Public Television's Common Ground is brought to you by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund.
Hi, I'm Cindy Berger. I'm from Turtle River, Minnesota, and I'm a jewelry artist, metalsmith.
I like being able to take flat pieces of metal and be able to create movement without actually casting three-dimensionally, just being able to fabricate from the flat and yet giving it movement.
Today I'm going to show you a project with a spoon because silver prices have skyrocketed lately. I'm just going to take a spoon and turn it into a pendant, which is basically how I started in the business. I started making wind chimes, trying to make the better wind chime back in, I hate to date myself, but like 1981 or something, after visiting a flea market and seeing a wind chime with 3 simple spoon bowls dangling from a piece of driftwood. I set out to make the better wind chime, and it's ended up in this. So our first step is to flatten the spoon. This press was built for me by a 75-year-old man back in about, I don't know, 1995, and it's just a beautiful machine. So now to get a little bit of texture on, I've got some texture in the anvil, which I did on purpose just to make an interesting background on the spoons. Okay. So after the spoon is flattened, we start with the smallest space and work towards the last. Beeswax, keep the blade lubricated. And we have that piece gone. Then the next step after that is to put a nest for this baby bird. The texture I use on the nest is from a piece of wonderful something or other that I found in a neighbor's burn pile. I have no idea what it is, a steel mesh used for something. But I recognized it right away that it was going to make a wonderful texture. So this is it. It's been through the rolling mill a couple of times. This is a 22 gauge copper. And you just have to sort of feel what the right, and then you have the texture on the copper. There. Now, all I have to do is the outside. There. Spoon, pendant. Now, next step will be to come up with a nest for that baby bird. We wouldn't have to. We could polish it right now, but I'm gonna put a nest on there. So just a matter of figuring out where we're going to go with that nest. That should be enough. And this is a free-for-all, and I just hope it comes out. Then we want to see if our nest is going to fit on there. And it's okay. So what I've done is just cut a couple pieces of thin gauge wire. It's going to make an impression in the bird's stomach and for her wing, just to define it a little more. This is just a rubber gasket material that I've searched all over the United States and can't find anymore, that we're going to use to help press that in there. And it won't take much. So then we've just got some little impressions for the stomach and the wings. And got one more in the eyeball. Okay, now we need to get that nest attached to the spoon. So we'll have to drill holes in our nest and then rivet. So we're just going to drill 2 holes. Now I'm going to polish this. Now we're going to ball a piece of copper so we have some rivets to use. We just need a little bit of a ball to hold on to that. Neutralize it, baking soda and water. Now we're going to shorten this rivet to just about as close as we can get it. And then my favorite ball peen hammer, which is, I've had to replace the handle on this, but it goes on, and then to rivet, you go all the way around that little piece of wire that's sticking through there to make a head. Okay, and we have a mother and baby bird necklace. Okay, and then just it's a matter of adding the jump ring to it and chain, and then we have the finished piece from a spoon, and using scrap copper too. So.
If you enjoyed this segment of Lakeland Public Television's Common Ground, consider making a contribution at lptv.org. If you have segment ideas pertaining to North Central Minnesota, contact us at legacy@lptv.org. Common Ground is funded by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund by the vote of the people on November 4th, 2008.